protein drink.
Oh, yeah. Shake up that protein.
Yeah. Yeah, buddy. That's how it rolls.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on, Steve? Steve Marino?
Wednesday.
Yeah, it's a hump day.
Yep.
It's a humper day, humper. And I see Jason's with us today. What's up, Jason?
Not much.
Not the post office day, huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Took day off, come screw around with us. That's pretty good. Steve, Blaine, and Jason hanging out with me. That's a good day right there, buddy.
Couldn't be any better.
Yeah. Jason, you didn't take the day off for any hospital stuff, right?
No.
Okay, good. I want to make sure you're in a good mood. I don't want you, being upset because you got to get a colonoscopy or anything. I want you,
No.
happy to be here. In a grand mood. Yes.
I'm in a very grand mood today.
Are you in a grand mood, Steve? Why are you in a grand mood?
I am 100% legal driver in the state of Illinois.
So you got your
About
driver's
time.
license.
I got my driver's license back after 10 years.
Good Lord. I mean, good Lord.
I told the poor guy that I did the driven test was, I said, the last time I took all these tests, you weren't even thought about. Because I've never taken the eye test, the driven test, and the written test all in one day, except for when I was 16 years old.
It was like you were going into the military or something.
Yeah, 40 years ago.
I'll be damned. So it flew by. There was no concerns about anything.
Nope. Driven was perfect. Missed 2 on my written test, but that's okay.
Like she didn't say you were too fat or anything.
No, I was even able to walk. I was a little worried about walking with my walker. She says, whoa. Why? And then we have to wear a mask when you do the driven test because we're closer than 6 feet. I said, I can't hear. So okay, that's okay. I'll point in the directions I want you to turn. Cool.
That's nice. Yeah. So it was good. It was good for you.
Yeah.
Well, good. So I was hoping there was some kind of. I know this is weird, but I was sitting home thinking about you taking that test.
Oh, me too.
Like after the show yesterday, you said you were going to go take the test right after you were going to take it. I was thinking, what's the best thing that could happen for the show? And I came up with it. And I said,
Steve fail?
No, I hope that Steve would fart or shit his pants or something while driving. I was like,
I was holding it.
That would be the single best thing that could happen.
It would have been very embarrassing because the gal that was me was quite an attractive young girl.
Oh, she was attractive, huh?
Oh, very. She was probably only in her early 30s. Unmarried, not to check her finger.
So Steve could have popped a boner.
Oh, yeah, I definitely could have.
Oh, boy. That would have been great. Oh, my God, if he'd have popped a boner and shit himself. That would have been awesome. That would have been the best case scenario, Steve. Why couldn't you shit yourself and pop a boner? You ruined your only opportunity.
I can go back.
That's the only opportunity we would praise you for doing that.
The only way it could have been even better, Ray, was if he had shat himself, popped a boner, and came in his pants.
All at the same time. It would have been awesome.
I could have done that.
Yeah, so you said the woman was attractive, the one who
very much so.
Did she look like she lost the bet, like having to take you?
Yeah, kind of.
I mean, did you do rock, paper, scissors with the other people back there when they decided who would go with you?
Well, it wasn't very many people there. But she was. Did
you go to the one on Klein? Which one did you go to?
No, we went to. Christina took me way over to bumfuck Egypt. I went over to Havana.
Oh, Havana?
Yeah.
To Havana?
Well, because they didn't have to make an appointment. You didn't have to make an appointment or anything. You just get straight in.
I go to the one on Klein. Which one do you go to, Jason?
It just depends on what I'm doing. If it's for like my license, I go to Klein. If it's for my tags, I go to Dirksen.
You just drive through, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, when I got mine renewed, I went to Klein and they got it. It was literally like that. I mean, it was super fast. They get it done. They get it done, sucker. Yeah. I never went to Havana. That's where.
It's a place I never been before.
I knew when I saw the pictures, I'm thinking, where the hell did she take him? Because I knew it didn't look like Klein or Dirksen.
Honestly, we pulled up and it would look like somebody's house. I'm like, what the fuck?
You could have driven to TJ's. If they were at Klein there, if they were at Havana, they could have driven to TJ's, couldn't they?
Yeah. I mean, it would have been a little out of the way, but yeah.
But if you go north, if you go north from Havana, don't you go to TJ's, or do I have my directions all screwed up?
I think it's more like southwest of Havana.
Where TJ lives?
Yeah. I could be wrong.
Yeah, hold on. I just want to look. Now my sense of direction is all messed up. So
I don't have a sense of directions.
I just want to see, because I was thinking from where TJ lives, Havana is south of it, right?
Right.
Let me check to make sure. All right, there's Havana. Yeah, no, TJ lives north of it. Yeah. So if you would have gone north about half hour, if that, you'd have ran into TJ's place.
That's fucking too far. Fucking Havana was too far, but I wasn't driving. So.
Imagine having to drive that every day.
Fuck that.
TJ does that stuff every day. Yeah, Brett says TJ's northeast Savannah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, northeast. Yeah. You just go up that. What is that body of water called?
River.
Yeah, but there's a name for it. It's a lake or something.
Oh.
Over by
right
TJ's,
off the Illinois River. There's the Illinois River. Okay.
It's Quiver Lake.
Or Mud Lake.
You also have Lake Chicotwa.
Ooh.
Yeah, because it's right off of the Chautauqua National Wildlife Refuge. Yeah. TJ lives up in that area near a bunch of serial killers and stuff like that. Yeah. So there you go. And the Illinois River is right through there.
Right.
Yeah. Look at that. TJ would have taken them to the. Brent says TJ would have taken them to the junkyard. Yeah, he could have taken you to the junkyard and given you a tour. Steve.
That would have been cool.
He'd have given you a tour of some junkyard stuff. That would have been awesome. Oh, Big D says the last time he was at Klein, the line was out the door. Really, it's never been out the door. Every time I've gone, it's never been out the door. Oh well,
it's done.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yep.
So now you're not afraid. You're not a fearful driver now. You're not driving around going, "Oh shit, they're gonna pull me."
Exactly. Exactly. But I still drove, but I didn't drive as much.
Do you have anywhere to drive, or are you?
No, not yet. I mean,
now you got a license, you got nowhere to go.
Yeah, exactly.
Way to go. I would have loved it if you would have farted or shit yourself. I would have loved to see that. You know what I mean? That would have been great. That would have been fantastic. Just to see if they would have failed you or not. You know?
Yeah.
So are you sure that Christina just didn't want to get you alone in the car for a drive? How long a drive is that to get to Havana?
Hour.
I mean, shit. What did you do in the car for that whole time?
Not much. Talked.
You think she was looking to have a conversation with somebody?
No.
That's what I would think. Like if I agreed to go, if Christina said, "Hey, will you go with me to driver's license place?" I'd be like, "Oh, thanks, Big D. It's nice to know that you would. It's nice to know what you would do if you were being driven there." I see what Big D would have done. No, but if Christina would have said, "Hey, I gotta take you to the driver's license facility. I'll give you a ride." Okay. And she'd have come to my house to get me, and I'd gotten in a car with her to go to the driver's license facility. And she would have driven by Klein or driven by Dirksen Parkway, and I would have said, wait, where the fuck we going? Okay. She'd have said, "Oh, we're going to Havana." I would have said, "Ah, shit, I've been kidnapped." You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because I didn't know where we were going. I'm like, what town is this?
Or else I would have said, "Oh, shit, she wants to talk about something." She's gonna talk my ear off all the way to Havana.
Well, maybe you could have had her stop by IHOP and get you some of those crepes on the way. You know,
IHOP is not in the way. There's no way. There's no way driving to Havana you'd go by an IHOP.
Oh no.
Take a detour.
Yeah.
Fat 420 says you guys smoke doobs on the way there. Smoke any doobs?
No. I didn't smoke anything until after I was done with the test.
And then you went.
And Christina drove back because I'm like, where the fuck are we?
You had a.
I don't even know how to get home.
You had a celebratory a vape?
No, I hit.
You had a celebratory bud?
I'm still old time. I'm still old school. Flowers.
You do bud. You don't do no
bud.
vape.
I like that bud.
Yeah, Jeff wants to know if Titty Turner gave you a hand.
No, I kept trying.
You kept trying?
Of course, she kept putting the damn armrest down. I kept flipping it back up. I'm like, put that son bitch up. It bothers me. No, flip it down.
But the real reason you wanted it up was so you can get a handy.
I was trying to scoot closer.
Yeah. In case
because I knew she had her seatbelt on and she couldn't get away.
You were hoping to get a handy. I'm serious. I would be like, "Oh shit, she must want to talk." That's how I am. I'd have been with anybody. I'd been, "Oh, we're going all the way to." I'd be like, "Oh, pass. I'm not." I'm
so
not
close
going to Havana. Because what did you talk about all the way from where you lived to Havana?
Everything, life.
Oh God.
Everybody's.
I mean, Jason, do I sound like an asshole when I say that? But
what's going on in our lives?
I would be like, I don't want to get stuck into a conversation about, I like my conversations. Man. I like my conversations all on the surface. I don't want any deep stuff,
Oh, this was deep. This is deep.
Anybody who's ever tried to talk any deep stuff to me, I mean, seriously, ask TJ.
You lose interest.
Jason, yeah. I know how I am. I know I would be like, yeah, I'd lose. Thank you. I would lose interest. I'd be going, nah, I'm like a little kid. You know what I mean? My patience is not. I'd be nah. Not paying attention. And
I don't even think I got my phone out.
Really?
Yeah. I think
so her conversation was that good?
I must have been because I don't even think we listened to music.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't even think I got my phone out and played with it until I got to DMV.
What were you playing with before you got to the DMV?
Himself.
My phone. Oh.
He's looking at porn on phone. I look at Reddit porn on my phone.
No, I don't look at
good
porn
Reddit
on my
porn.
phone.
Yeah. I want to see some Reddit. Yes, sir. Yeah. Yeah. I could not imagine. I could not imagine being stuck in a car, Good Lord. I couldn't. I just could not even. I couldn't even. Wow. Good for you, Steve. And were you doing the listening or the talking?
A little of both.
Yeah.
I heard a lot what she said. A lot of it I didn't hear.
Was she giving you advice on things?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She's talking about,
I was trying to convince her to get a better internet and get the fuck out of bumfuck Egypt.
Yeah.
And get someplace where she's going to have a good internet.
Yeah.
Oh, we talked about the meet and greet at Hokomoko.
Oh, boy.
And,
wait till these people come to town looking for Hokomoko. Like, I got a Christina conversation. That's what we're going to call them, Christina conversations. She sent me a big, long text about blah, 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 blah. I go, just contact Jason. Here's my thing. I said, just contact Jason with this. This is something that this is way above my decision making. Just talk to Jason. Jason will figure it out. You know what I mean? When I look down when I get a text on my phone, you know how they send you get a notice of a text? Okay. And it's iPhone, but when you get the notice of a text, it's not the full text. It is depending on
just
how long
the notification.
Yeah. It's a notification, and it'll be like a little text. It'll say, "Hey, blah 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 blah." And if it's like a 2-sentence one, you get the whole thing.
right.
But if it's more than that, it cuts off, and you have to click this open thing to. If it's got more, if I got to open something, I'm not interested.
Have you figured out the difference between the blue bubbles and the green bubbles yet?
No. What is one? No. What is? Wait. Well, let me see. Green bubbles and blue bubbles. Let me look. Hold on.
In your text messages.
No, green bubbles and blue bubbles.
You see how certain people are green and certain people are blue?
I'm green. I'm always green. No, what's the difference? I don't see. Oh, yeah, with my wife, my wife, I'm blue. Yeah.
With me, you're also blue.
All right, let me see. Let me check. I want to check with Jason. Where's my Jason text? Yeah, why is that?
Blue bubbles are other iPhone users, which are the messages are sent through iMessage.
Oh, and my daughter's also blue.
And the green bubbles are regular text messages sent through SMS, which are usually Android users.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
So I'll know who the scummy androids are. Oh. So back before I got this phone, it was always green, right? When I texted you? Or
yeah.
So you could tell that I was. So then you could tell.
Yeah, and iMessage has like additional features and stuff. Like you can actually like text messages and stuff like you do on Facebook, and there's other enhanced features.
Yeah, it is kind of cool. Let me see TJ. Let me see what he's got. Hold on. TJ has Android. But when I had an Android and I text with TJ, there was something that happened. I can't remember, but there was something different about that than. Oh, I'll tell you the other thing that iPhone does is it tells you if someone has opened up your text message or not. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
I can do that on the iMessages. Yeah.
Oh shit, that's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
And I loved my Android, loved it. But there was a I can't remember the final straw. There was something that I can't even remember it now, but there was something that did that I was like, I said, that's just annoying. I just can't handle that anymore. You know, I can't remember what it was.
I don't know. Yeah. I haven't used Android in years.
Yeah. But there was a final straw. I just can't remember what the hell it was. What's up, TJ?
Not much.
Oh, that sounds, the microphone sounds.
Yeah, a little echo on there.
Yeah.
I wonder what's going on.
It sounds like another mic's picking him up.
Might be.
Yeah.
Sounds like he's talking into one mic, but another one's picking it up.
Wait a minute. I think I know what it is.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
I think.
I constantly use TJ's setup as a good example of what people should do, and now I look like a.
How about that? Is that better?
Much better.
Yeah.
Now I look foolish. Okay.
Good
People are saying I could turn the read receipt off.
You should be able to in your settings, yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah. I'll turn that off. Fuck it. I don't want people being able to see that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I like to ignore text messages. I don't want them seeing that, you know. What if they think I read it? You know? I don't want people thinking I read a text message when I didn't. Because I got that text message from Christina. And it goes blah, 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 blah. And I get like the first two sentences. And then I don't read the rest. And I'm like, oh, God. And I just don't go back and read it. I don't want someone thinking I read it when I didn't, you know?
Well, she is an Android user, so.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'll tell you, if she'd have picked me up and we started going to Havana, I'd have jumped out of the car. I would have jumped out of the car and rolled into a ditch or something and just begged for someone else to pick me up. It's like, oh, why did you jump out of that car? You jumped out of that car and you rolled almost to your death. Why'd you do that? I said, oh my God. She was talking about something, you know what I mean? The conversation was.
She was having a conversation with me.
She was wanting to have a conversation. Oh, yeah. There's just no way. There's no way. Hey, TJ, Steve was in your neighborhood yesterday.
Yeah, I wasn't.
Wonderful.
Where were you at?
I was in Springfield.
It probably passed.
No.
I wonder what you were doing in Springfield.
Taking care of chores.
What are your chores? Oh, were you taking care of your girlfriend's dogs?
Nope.
That's not a chair. That's not a chore anymore.
I don't do it anymore.
Why not? You don't. Wait a minute. You don't take care.
Yeah.
You don't take care of the dogs.
Mm-mm.
Shit.
She wanted 14 dogs in 3 jobs. She could figure out how to fit it all in and take care of it herself because that's not my responsibility.
That makes good sense. That makes good sense.
Really?
Just like I know I'm going later this month, or I'm going about mid-month May to Texas.
Cool.
Oh boy. Dan says TJ was cruising junkyards. Were you cruising junkyards yesterday, TJ?
You consider Recon Tech's a junkyard?
Oh, no. I know you're. I know you're at Recon. Yeah. Adam says he was getting rid of some bodies. No, he lives where he lives. He could hide a body very easily. That's where you'd hide a body. You wouldn't hide a body in Springfield. You'd hide a body out there in the nature preserve or wherever the hell he lives. You know. That's where you hide a body. How's your car look after Recon,
They did great with it.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a little scuffing of the window tint in the rear, but
Very
otherwise
nice.
it looks phenomenal.
Very nice.
Got an appointment set up again at the beginning of June for it.
What are you getting done then?
I'm going to get it cleaned and waxed and detailed.
Oh, all that stuff. Look at you. Nice.
Take the guys in some donuts because they do a good job.
Yeah, some donuts. Boy, I'll tell you what. Donuts would be nice. You know what sounds good? Dunkin' Donuts regular glazed.
Hmm.
You know, just a regular glazed.
I'd say Dunkin' Donuts, Boston
The
cream.
mellow cream, the glaze is too big. It's too much. You know? Just give me a regular sized. I mean, I don't want to seem like a glutton. I just want a regular sized glazed donut. You know what I mean? Just a regular.
Oh yeah.
You guys like donuts? Does nobody else like donuts anymore? I shouldn't be talking about it, but I love it.
Sorry, I'm eating my peanut butter cookies.
Where'd you get peanut butter cookies from?
Oh, they taste just like the ones from Girl Scouts.
Shit, I don't want fucking. You know what's good peanut butter cookies are homemade peanut butter cookies.
Of course, everything's better homemade.
I could use some homemade cookies. Amanda, I wish I was hanging out with Amanda.
Well, I love donuts.
I would love to. I'd want some. If there was one difference I could make, okay, in my life, I wish I lived somewhere with better donuts shops. You know,
right?
We went to Columbus, Ohio. We went to Columbus, and they had this local donut shop, right? And every day they got up and they made all these donuts. Oh my God, you guys, they were so good. They were like homemade, and it was just a homemade donut shop. Like, to live in a town that actually had that kind of stuff would be awesome. Yeah. Big D says he bought his employees a few donuts last week. Where'd you get your employees donuts? Back when I worked at QLZ, we would bring in donuts, and that was always a term of, like, people loved when someone brought in donuts. You know what I mean? They'd be so happy. And then, yeah, how does Brett know what I'm talking about? This Columbus, Ohio. They had a donut place. It was unbelievable. All right. So when I was in QLZ, we would you bring in donuts as a gift for somebody, you know what I mean? And everybody was all excited to go up and get a donut and, and all that stuff. And then I was gone for a while. Like, I left in 2005, 2006, whatever. And then I came back in 2011. I came back. And on my way in, I'm like, oh, I know. I'll stop and get some donuts. I'll say, let me get some donuts for the drive into work. So I got some donuts, right? And I come in and I'm like, shit, I feel like king shit. You know what I mean? I said, oh, I'm bringing in. And I go, here's my gift for everyone. And the front desk girl looks at me and goes, oh. And I said, yeah, here's my gift. Well, I guess you can go put those back in the break room. And I'm like, yeah. And I'm thinking, oh, I'll be fucking praised because of all these donuts I'm bringing in, right? And so I walk back to the break room and I set the donuts out and I'm like, there we go. And I put from Ray Lytle, and I'm looking for let me look for somebody that has those little sticky notes, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I can write there from me. So I go and I go back into the sales office. I go, hey, anybody have any sticky notes? And somebody says, yeah. And they said, what do you need them for? I said, well, I brought something in from home, or I brought something in to work, and I just want everybody to know it's for me. And they go, oh, and so all these people get up and they go into the break room, and I'm like, oh, here we go. Now they're gonna know who brought the fucking donuts in.
There you go, yeah.
The man, right? So all these people get up, they go into the break room, they're like, yeah. And they go, oh. And I'm walking in, they're all in there talking about someone, and I walk in and they go, oh, somebody brought fucking donuts. And I go, what? And they go, yeah. They go, we heard there were treats in here. They go, I was all excited. I thought it was bagels, or someone brought in Panera or something. And so I've got in my hand, I've got this fucking sticky note that I was going to put on the box of donuts. See, they for me, and people were like, oh, who brought in donuts? What, they must want us all to get fat. And I was like, and I go, oh, what asshole brought in those donuts? So I wrinkled the sticky note up and tossed through it in my pocket so nobody would look at it. You know what I mean? And then I turned around, and the person that I got the sticky note was walking into the break room, and they go, I go, hey, have a good day. And I walk past them, and they didn't say anything. Like, but the people that were in there, they were all bitching because somebody brought donuts
and not something more healthy,
and not fucking more healthy. Yeah. And I was like, what the fuck has happened? You know, and you
try to
turn around and leave for 5 years, and
Well, why did you bring the donuts in during the weight loss contest?
No. This was like 2011. I mean, I don't know what was going on there. It was just, I thought people would be grateful that someone brought in donuts. Because I remembered when I had worked there before, people loved donuts. Like when we would be on the air on QLZ, every time, like Mikey was the best, because Mikey would always keep his eye open. And if someone brought donuts to the break room, he would know to run down to the break room and steal some before everybody got, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He would run down to the break room, grab a paper towel, and he'd grab donuts out for me. He'd grab one for him. He'd grab one for Jimmy or Sean or whoever, and he would bring back like 4 donuts from the box or whatever and get them in the studio. Now, some of the people, like he would grab one for me, and he'd grab one for himself, and he'd grab one for Sean.
Right.
Now, some people like Jimmy would be pissed because he didn't get one for him, or the other person in the studio who wouldn't get one would be angry.
Uh-huh.
But Mikey always got one for me. We were excited. We would get donuts back in the day. When I came back there in 2011, people were all eating healthy and shit. You know what I mean? Nobody wanted donuts then.
Yeah.
So I'm just telling you, it sucked.
Yep.
It somehow in that 5 years, people decided they didn't like donuts anymore. I gotta be honest. I'm not sure I wanted to live. I don't want to live in a world where people aren't excited about donuts.
Oh, I'm excited about donuts.
Just between me and you, I don't want to live in that world. I like living in a world where people are excited about donuts.
I wish you could eat donuts and gain weight.
Yeah. I could use donut. I'm trying to lose weight now, but I can still eat a donut. Like TJ, I can go drink my breakfast. What's that freaking place? Where's that place you go to, TJ?
What, the Hialeah?
Where they people are drinking booze for breakfast and eating. Does the bartender do the cooking? How do they do that?
No, they've got an actual kitchen.
What's your go-to order?
Just depends. What's the mood I'm in? Everything there is really good.
Well, could you get biscuits and gravy?
Yes.
Ooh, man, I haven't had biscuits and gravy forever.
Could you get pancakes, waffles, crepes?
Yep.
Can you get crepes?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow, cool.
They have berries.
Yes.
Do they have?
Do you want me to get you some crepes and bring them there? I'll make sure they're cold.
No, I'm just saying that I'm trying to figure out what they have. I'm trying to think.
I mean, it's
how top notch this place is. Sounds to me like the only reason you go there is for the freaking Bloody Marys. To be honest,
no. My usual is a skillet breakfast, which is 2 eggs over easy, hash browns, sauteed peppers and onions, with some gravy on top of it, and 4 slices of toast.
all mixed together.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
No, and sausage.
I think I'd rather just take a donut.
Well,
I mean, it seems like you would. I think it seems like there'd be more calories in what you got than just me eating a donut, right?
I can afford to have a few.
I'm just saying. I don't know. I'm. You know. Like if TJ has his skillet breakfast of eggs and sausage and onions or whatever the fuck was in that, gravy and toast. He's having all that stuff and a Bloody Mary. And I'm having 1 donut with a milk. I think that, right? That I'm having less calories than him. Is that correct?
Yeah, I'm sure you are. But is that filling you up?
But I'm looked down on for having the donut.
Are you?
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I see your point.
I mean, what the hell? That seems kind of
If I've got a busy day and I've got to eat a little lighter, I usually do like a Western omelet or a Denver omelet.
What's in a Denver omelet?
Instead of sausage, it's ham.
What's in a Western omelet?
The Western omelet is sausage. It's, again, peppers, onions, cheese, and it's 3 eggs to make the outer shell.
How the hell do you know all that? So wait, the Western omelet is peppers, onions, cheese,
and sausage.
And the Denver omelet is
peppers, onions, cheese, and ham.
Oh, so the only difference is the ham and the sausage.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder how the hell the Denver and where the Denver and the Western came from.
I don't know.
Yeah, I wonder how that worked. I don't know. Fat 420 says there may be more calories in the skillet breakfast, but it's healthier than a donut. See, I don't think it's healthier, right? It's and here's the thing. My breath is going to smell sweet and diabetes. TJ's breath is going to smell like a fucking onion and Bloody Mary drink and cigarettes. I'm sorry. I'd rather smell that sweet diabetes breath than smell all those onions and peppers and, you know.
But TJ is getting protein with an egg.
I know. I'm just saying, but imagine, you know, pure breath.
Who cares?
Well, I do. I'm very self-conscious about my breath.
Then shoot some gum. Then your breath will always smell fresh.
According to the Encyclopedia Britannica, Historians have speculated that an omelet was originally served on bread as a sandwich created in the 19th century by cattle drivers in the American West or by Chinese railroad cooks as a sort of transportable egg foo young.
That's the introduction of the omelet.
And at some point, the breadless version was developed and became known as the Denver or the Western omelet.
I had no idea. Yeah. Pete says onions and garlic on the breath encourage people to leave you alone. Well, you got something there. That might be a good idea. I like what Jen says. She'd take pancakes over. I think you're right, Jen. Good pan. You can't beat good pan. Like if I went to breakfast at TJ at that place, which I never.
Pancakes are that big around.
Just one?
Never.
Just one.
Wow.
And they stack them with like 4.
That's what I'd do. An order of 4. Yeah.
Plenty of fresh maple syrup.
Yeah.
Real butter.
Of course.
None of that.
I don't want fucking margarine.
crap.
I'd rather chop off a leg than eat margarine. Yeah, now you're talking.
No shit, Jen. Pancakes with a ton of bacon.
Yeah. I don't even eat that much bacon anymore.
I got a pound of bacon in the refrigerator. I haven't cooked
I
it
don't know
yet.
what's
Just
wrong
keep thinking. I think I might do
That'll
it
be gone
today.
by tomorrow.
No, I've had it for like a month.
You had bacon in the fridge for a month?
Well, maybe not a month, maybe a couple weeks.
I think you're begging for fucking trichinosis or something.
That's salmonella working its way.
Yeah, you
No,
shouldn't have.
It was frozen, and then I took it out of the freezer and put it in the refrigerator to thaw, and I just haven't used it yet.
Has it thawed?
Yeah.
Well, it's probably bad if it's been. How long's it been in there thawing?
It ain't been in there. It's only been, been about 2 or 3 weeks.
God damn.
Green by now.
No, it's not even been opened yet.
It doesn't matter.
Get trichinosis.
I bet it's still good. If I find out on tomorrow I died because I ate it.
Listen,
No,
my mother, she once got she got some kind of meat or something. She went to the grocery store and got something. You know what I mean? And then she went to the grocery store and got something and forgot in her car. And then she came over to my house. She goes, "Oh, I got you guys something." And she went and grabbed the meat that she left in her car from the grocery and gave it to us. And you could tell that it was sitting out in the heat. You know what I mean? Out in the car. It was sitting out there.
Oh, the ham story.
And I was like, oh, I'm not eating that fucking, I'm not eating that meat. That shit's gotten bad sitting in that car. You know what I mean? Ugh, disgusting. But Pete says bacon lasts longer because of the curing. Oh, so it does last longer.
Yeah, but I took it from the store to the freezer to the refrigerator. It's never been out, opened even yet.
Well, good luck.
I'll be okay. Worst that can happen is get the shit. So.
The worst that could happen is you could die.
Oh, I'm not gonna die. No,
Well, I'm just saying that's the worst that could happen.
Well, that's true.
The worst that could happen is not you getting the shits. That's the least of which could happen. The different types of food poisoning you get. You know what I mean?
Right. I'll smell it before I try to cook it.
What do you mean you smell it?
You can smell when meat's no good. It has a smell stinky to it.
So if it smells stinky, you just don't eat it. Are you sure that's what you're going to do? You're going to...
Are you
going to go, well, that's not really... So you're going to get a little stinky and you're going to go, well, I don't feel like going back to the store. You're going to end up eating it.
Yeah, I'm just going to cook it a little bit longer.
So you don't really throw it away if it stinks?
No, I will not eat hamburger that stinks. I will throw that away. But eating things that set out overnight, I mean...
So you constantly eat bad food is what you're saying?
I guess you could say bad, yeah.
Yeah. Like if you make say you make a pork roast.
Uh-huh.
So you make a pork roast and you make some macaroni and cheese.
Yep.
And then some
Probably corn.
oh, that's the corn. All right. You have macaroni and cheese and corn at the same meal? Oh my god, it's a lot of starch. So and then it's sitting on top of your fridge, right? Because you eat and then you're gonna put it in the fridge.
Right.
But you fell asleep. Like,
right.
Oh shit, I fell asleep.
Uh-huh.
So the next day,
Mm-hmm.
it's lunchtime. You need leftovers.
Mm-hmm.
And you walk into the kitchen
Mm-hmm.
and you're like, can we grab the food out of the refrigerator? And you notice, oh shit, it's still on the stove.
Right.
Will you eat it?
Yes.
So you'll let the meat, you would let the meat sit out all night.
Yeah.
On the stove.
Yeah.
All right.
And then heat it up. I would heat it up again in a microwave.
Yeah.
The next day. But yeah, if it sat out all night, if I made a dinner and it sat out all night and after some I fell asleep or whatever, and yes, I would eat it the next day. If I didn't eat it, then I would throw it away after that.
TJ, say you cook a roast up, right?
Okay.
And then you eat it for dinner,
Mm-hmm.
and it's sitting on the stove,
Right.
and then you fall asleep.
Mm-hmm.
The next day it's lunchtime. You go, oh, I'll grab the leftovers from last night. This will be great. And you walk in the kitchen, you realize, oh shit, I forgot to put them in the fridge. Would you take the leftovers off the stove and eat them like Steve would?
Into the trash it goes.
So you would not eat the leftovers off of the stove.
Nope. Into the trash it goes.
And why would you not eat it?
Because it sat out overnight, half the day, and Lord knows what it's crawling with now.
Steve, you would instantly eat it. You wouldn't even give it a second thought.
Yep. I could throw it away. Especially something like that.
I mean, yeah, you don't eat meat that sat out all night.
I don't put pizza away usually in the refrigerator. I just close the box.
Pizza's different.
Well, it has meat on it.
Mm-mm.
I'm just saying, if you make a roast or something, and it's sitting out all night long, you know that shit's growing on it by the next day, right? There's stuff growing on it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I don't have bugs in my house.
You don't need. No, I'm just saying that there's stuff that there's stuff that.
Okay. Won't the microwave kill it off?
No.
If I heat it out.
I mean, wouldn't it? I mean, how long would it take to have maggots on that?
Oh, I would think it would take 7
Jason,
days.
how long do you think it'd be sitting out before maggots would grow on it?
I don't know.
I say 7 days.
I'd say less than that.
Depends on I don't know.
Somebody search chuck roast. How long does it take for a chuck roast to get maggots? I'm just wondering how close to maggots Steve was eating his, how close to maggot life are you eating the food? So
maggots can take anywhere from 2 hours to 3 days to hatch from
2 hours. So 2 hours. So if he cooks the roast, the chuck roast at like 5 o'clock,
mm-hmm.
and he leaves it on the stove. And Steve has said that he'll come back into the kitchen the next day. If he left it on the stove, he'll be like, "Oh shit," and eat it again for lunch the next day. TJ said he'd throw it out.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're finding out that the maggots could hatch and start growing on it 2 hours after you cooked it. Oh my God. I mean, that sounds disgusting. You'd be eating maggots, Steve.
Not visible maggots because I can't see them. That's why I put it in the microwave and heat it up back to the temperature that it's supposed to be.
So when you heat it up, you think that's killing all the maggots?
Yeah. And I'm not being stupid. It doesn't work that way. I mean, I've done this. I mean,
Hey, super.
maybe I'm killing myself slowly.
Hey, I like maggots. Let's hit some maggots and titties. Let's eat some maggots on those titties.
Disgusting.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying that it would be. Somebody Google, can you eat? All right, so how many hours? Say it makes it at 5 o'clock. All right.
Yeah.
And then lunchtime the next day would be what? Noon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 19 hours later. Somebody Google, can you eat a chuck roast that has been sitting out for 19 hours?
Eating maggots or maggot-infested food can cause bacterial poisoning. Most foods that have maggots aren't safe to eat, especially if the larvae have been in contact with feces.
Well, they get that in Steve's stomach.
Some house flies use animal and human feces as their breeding sites, and they also breed on garbage and rotting organic material such as meat.
Shit.
Yeah, I'm just saying that.
I gotta take the garbage out. I got a whole bag of rotten potatoes. I gotta get out of here.
Jeez.
So I'm just saying that if your food is left out for like 19 hours, you throw it away. You know what I mean?
Right.
You throw it away.
Pete's got a good question, Ray.
What's the question?
Is Steve so old that he eats dinner at 5 p.m.?
Well, just I'm just trying to figure out when he's cooking. I imagine it was around 5.
Sometimes, yeah.
By the way, the FDA. Here's what the FDA says: food that has been left at room temperature for more than 2 hours must be discarded.
I didn't know that.
Okay, he goes. So you can't eat it. Most bacteria on room temperature food that has been left out produce heat-resistant toxins that cannot be destroyed by reheating at high temperatures.
No, they're going in a microwave where they just become radioactive and even more resistant.
Yeah.
Next, it'll be a radioactive turd coming out of the toilet. It'll go back of the Revenge of the Killer Turd.
That's
By the way,
what happened.
Bacteria grow most rapidly between 40 degrees and 140 degrees Fahrenheit.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the temperature of your kitchen. If you're just leaving food out, it's bad after a couple hours. There's no way you should eat it.
I did not know that.
Yeah. So you don't eat something that's been sitting out all night. I mean, this is horrible. Why would you think it's okay to eat something that's been sitting out all night?
I didn't know overnight. I didn't think I heard overnight. Something sat out overnight.
Well, not meat. You can't eat meat. The FDA says don't eat anything. Don't eat anything that's sitting out for, Yeah.
Pete's got a good point.
What's that?
Steak shouldn't be cooked anywhere near 140 degrees.
Well, yeah, but that's talking about the temperature of your room is definitely between 40 and 140. I mean, most rooms are sitting right around, 70 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's what most homes are, you know. That's what most homes are, the temperature's at. Yeah.
Did you see what Tyler had to ask, Ray?
He says next thing he'll admit to dumpster driving for scraps.
No.
I bet he would if he could get out. I bet if he can get out of the dumpster, I bet he dumpster dive for food. Tyler's saying somebody better cover this on Stainless. Oh fuck yeah! I don't know what happened to Christina. She disappeared. I thought she was getting notes for Stainless, but obviously that show doesn't mean shit anymore. Thank God Jason's in here. This is good topic.
Dumb fucking show.
I think that show's wonderful. Hopefully Dan's in the background writing this down. I mean, this is what the show should be like.
Well, even if they're not catching it live, I'm sure they'll catch it on a replay.
Yeah.
Why does Steve hate that show so much, Ray?
Because they talk about him.
Oh.
They talk about me, but I don't hate it.
Oh, yeah.
Don't mention me, but I'm not a pussy and I don't freak out over over a stupid show. Oh well. But we know which person eats perishables that have been sitting out all night. So give me another example of stuff that you've eaten. Like if you order some Chinese food.
Yeah, I'll heat
and
it back up.
You put it on the table back to your next to your side and you fall asleep. Would you eat it the next day?
No, heat it up and eat it the next day, yes.
Without refrigerating it.
Yes.
I'm just saying you're begging for bacteria. You're begging to get food poisoning. That's what's gonna you can't eat that stuff, Steve. You're gonna get the runs, you're gonna get dysentery.
Oh.
The cha-cha-chas.
Christina says she was looking at an apartment.
Oh boy. Yeah, I was wondering because all that stuff I was saying about her, she didn't comment on it. You know? She didn't comment on Steve and the food. You knew something was going on.
I can eat dicks.
Do those go bad?
Hey, how big is that apartment? Get a big apartment so Jason can move in. No offense, Jason. Have you guys found anywhere yet?
We've got a couple things in motion that might work out.
There we go. I hope so.
Cool.
Yeah, that's what you could do is just get a, like get a place that's big enough for everybody, That's what I would do. Of course, I don't know. If I was kicked out of my house, shit, I don't know what
I think you'd move in with Steve.
I don't know what I'd do. I don't know what it would take for me to move in with Steve.
He's got internet.
Yeah.
So
and he said you could control the TV.
I just pulled my recliner right up to his, huh?
Yeah, you can even bring your cat and dog if you want. But you got to take them out, though. I don't walk them.
Yeah, I don't know who I'd live with if, well, my wife, hopefully, she'll never kick me out. I hope she'll never kick me out.
I know who you won't live with.
Who's that?
Me.
Well, you live too far. You live out in, BFE. You live Shit, I said earlier I'd jump out of the car if Christina tried to take me to a driver facility there. You damn right I wouldn't drive there knowingly every day. Oh my God.
Well, in the defense of that, when they went there was no line, and Steve got in and out and had the rest of his day.
No, I'd rather wait in line.
To do things like he's doing right now, which looks like he's smoking pot again.
Yeah, smoking weed or eating bad food. It seems like those are the things he's into. You know he's smoking weed right now. Mm-hmm.
That Pete makes a point there, though. Steve would try to talk to you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, there would be no invitation. No,
I don't want him.
I live alone.
I'd rather chop off a foot.
And I will continue to live alone.
Because you prefer to be by yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
He prefers the company of himself.
Sorry, I had to go potty.
That sounds like Drunk Pete back in the old Thanksgiving Eve shows.
They had to go potty.
Yes.
No, we would have those shows on Thanksgiving Eve,
Mm-hmm.
and Pete would always get super drunk.
If that's what makes him happy,
We'd
who
have-
cares?
He'd fight with our producer, especially if it was Noid.
I was going to say, if it was Noid, that had to be.
If it was Noid, every year Pete and Noid got in a fight. Every fucking year. And it would be some big knockdown drag out that would end up in Drunk Pete holding his booze, going, well, no, no, and making declarations. And we started doing this in Peoria.
Where Noid was even more anal.
Well, and I'm just saying that Pete would get bombed. We would do this bit. We would do this thing. We wouldn't say a bit, but everybody, we would do, I forgot what the hell we called it. Everybody would have a drink right in front of them, right? And somebody would scream something, and then everybody would chug. It'd be one person, the next. And so you'd get a big circle of people around a table or whatever, and then somebody would scream something. And the person who started it would chug and then refill while the person next to them. And so by the time it got back, they would be able to chug again. And Pete would always be the guy that would start them. And this started in Peoria, and it went on all those years in Peoria. When I went to New York, Pete flew out to New York and went out with us on that Thanksgiving Eve. And then we went to Peoria. When we went to Springfield, then every Thanksgiving Eve here in Springfield, we did it. And then we even did it with, when I did IP radio, we even did it. I mean, Thanksgiving Eve was always a great day filled with people drinking and getting drunk. But it never failed. About halfway through the day, super drunk Pete would show up. Like it start out with tips. Everybody get tipsy. And then, but by the way, when super drunk Pete would show up, there still was like 15 hours left of drinking.
Did that stop Pete?
No. I'm saying it would just, he'd just keep going. It would just, there were different stages you would get to, but there was one stage every single year where he would either get in a fight with Noid, Jimmy, or one of the other guys that work with me. It always ended up with Pete making declarations. And his declarations were always him He was holding onto a beer and saying something, declaring something like, I prefer the company of myself. I prefer the humor of myself. You might have a problem with racism. You might have a problem with racism, but I am fine. I'm fine with it. You might not like someone telling nun jokes and including the word motherfucker, but I am fine with it. These are the declaration like moments that would happen in those days. You might think a person publicly shouting obscenities is wrong, but I think that it's just fine. Salute. That was the kind of declarations. There was one time we were at a bar in Peoria on. Well, no, I don't know the racism. I don't. The racism one did not happen. No, Pete's never been. I was just trying to give examples of declarations. Yeah, he never said anything racist. We were at a bar on Wisconsin in Peoria.
Oh God.
And Noid was, because you got to remember, Noid would fucking drink and then he'd get depressed and paranoid, and you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He would just start having these, I don't even know how to describe it, where he would then think nobody was listening to him. And so he would want to debate everyone. And it would always be, I'd be just like, I'm done. And then Lamb would be like, oh no, I'm not putting up with him. And so, but Pete would end up debating him. And it would always end with, I swear to God, I'm not joking. Noid would end up undressing. He would always end up undressing and eventually take off jogging.
The Noid Adventure Hotline.
Yeah, it was crazy. But Pete would argue with him. And Noid would be like, well, nobody, blah, 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 and everybody hates me. And so Pete would always act like, I'm going to talk to Noid and it'll be okay. And Lamb and I'd be like, no, it's not. It's not going to happen, And then Pete would go out into the beer garden or whatever and try to talk to Noid.
While Noid was naked.
No, while Noid would be taking off his shirt. He'd be like, I'm going to show everybody, I'm going to jog home. It was always something like that. I'll show you all, I'm going to jog home. But it would always end with Pete going, I prefer the company of myself. And then he would give up. He would just walk away from whatever conversation he was having with Noid. Like they would be arguing, and then Pete would walk away, and then Noid would take off jogging. This happened. I think this happened once in Peoria, and then I think it happened here in Springfield years later. So, but it would always be Pete declaring he preferred his own, and then he would go sit at the end of the bar by himself. But eventually, everybody who was somewhere else, we would all move down to Pete, where he said he was going to be with himself. We would all move down to his section of the bar, and Noid would end up jogging. One time he went jogging after we started drinking, and we don't even know how he ended up there. He ended up at a McDonald's in like a really not so nice neighborhood, and he threatened somebody or something, and the police showed up and they checked him for a gun, and it was all kinds of stuff. It was really embarrassing. I want to say that was like 93 or something. It might have been that night that might have been the time that he left, where he got in the argument with Pete and he left. He left jogging. The police ended up finding him literally 11 hours later. He was sleeping on the floor of McDonald's, and that's when they checked him for guns and because he had threatened somebody. So I do remember something like that happened at one point. But that was I prefer the company of myself. And he goes and sits at the end of the bar. But that was just getting started. I mean, this was like 4 p.m. when this would happen. We would start drinking like 8 a.m.
Damn.
Usually by 4 p.m, Pete preferred his own company or whatever. And then by 8 o'clock at night, he had his arms around somebody and they're singing. Whoa, sing us the song, you're the piano man. You know what I mean? It would always end up, I mean, those were crazy nights. Holy shit. Those were crazy times. Yeah, but we did from 1990 through oh yeah. And Pete said there was the one in Springfield where Noid ended up Noid ended up at he ended up leaving the bar we were at, jogging again. And then he ended up at the one across from the fairgrounds. What it was called? It was the Office. It was the Office North or something. And he got beat up by a bunch of cops. Like off-duty cops beat the hell out of him at this at a bar in Springfield. And I don't know how the hell that happened, but that was years later in Springfield. Yeah.
Well, at least if I do go to this whole meet and greet and I decide to go sit at the end of the bar by myself, I'll be left alone.
No, people will join you.
No.
I'm giving you the warnings. That's how it would happen with Pete. Pete would always go by himself. He was going to go sit at the end of the bar. You never end up. People always move and join you. Yeah. That's what happens. Trust me. We got kicked out of a bar once because Pete's language was too bad.
Wow.
How the fuck do you get kicked out of a fucking bar for fucking language being fucking too bad?
I don't know.
I've never fucking heard of that shit.
Dude,
no fucking shit.
We were at a bar drinking. We were drinking at a bar and somebody kept saying, "Hey, this is a Catholic bar" or something. And Pete was like, "Fuck you guys." All I remember is it was me and Pete, Jimmy, and Michelle, and Mikey, Sean. It was the whole show. It would have been around 2000 or so. And we go to some bar, and yeah, they were talking about how they were a Catholic. I do remember them saying it was a Catholic bar. And then they eventually kicked us out of the bar because of Pete's language.
Where were you? At Knights of Columbus?
No, we were somewhere. We were down. Was it? We were somewhere near the hospital. I thought we were somewhere near the hospital. And then the manager of the bar came to talk to us or something. And so we're laughing about them yelling. We're laughing about them telling us to watch our language. And they kept saying, "You've got to watch your language. This is a Catholic bar." And they're like, and we're like, "What's with the fucking accent? Wait, where did this Irish accent come from?"
Don't even feed me that line of bullshit. I've been to fucking bars in Ireland.
This is a Catholic bar, a bar. And so we started making fun of the place. It's like, but there's no such thing as a Catholic bar. And so the manager comes over to talk to us, and everything, I thought we were going to work it out, right? Until at one time, Pete goes, "Oh, yeah? Well, fuck you, and fuck this fucking bar, and take this fucking jar and shove it right up your fucking ass." Like he gets into this big shouting match. And I'm like, "Who's he talking to?" They're like, "Oh, that's the manager." And then, of course, after that, we were all asked to leave. Of which I think the limo had left. I think the limo went to get gas or something. And we were just in this, and we got thrown out of the bar and we had to wait for the limo.
And it was all Pete's fault.
And it was Pete's fault, yeah. But I want to say it was somewhere near one of the hospitals, or it was near the fairgrounds. And this was a bar.
I would think if Catholic, it'd probably be around St. John's Hospital area.
I don't remember, but I remember the bits and pieces that included. We were told, because Michelle was so flabbergasted by it, because Michelle's other job was she worked for Budweiser. And she's just like, "I have never heard of anyone being kicked out of a bar because their language was too bad." And I'm like, "Well, you haven't hung out with Pete." But they literally, and we got it confirmed. We're like, "Can we confirm why we're getting thrown out? That guy over there, his language is disgusting," or whatever. So I don't know what he said, but they felt so violated. They asked us to leave the bar because he was swearing too loud. So we left. We're like, "All right, whatever." It's like, whatever, we'll leave.
So the language was bad, but if somebody had pulled their penis out, that would have been fine.
Yeah. No, I think I'm sure Jimmy did pull his penis out. We were never kicked out for that. We were kicked out because of Pete's language. And I just remember I was laughing so hard, and I want to say, I think intern Rich was there with us. Because he kept it going. He was like, "Excuse me, I just want to confirm why we're getting kicked out again." They kept confirming it because that fucking guy's language over there is so atrocious, or whatever the hell it was. We just kept thinking it was funny that Rich would get them to reconfirm it over and over again.
So you send the lackey boy in to redo it over and over and over again.
It was just so funny that the guy was so angry at Pete. It was because of his language.
Oh, man, I don't know. Yeah, all these people around, I might have to avoid this meet and greet.
Yeah, those Thanksgiving Eves were crazy. They were crazy. So Saturday, we're having this big thing. Where are we going again, Steve?
Hokomoko.
At Hokomoko, which I'm not sure where that is, but
it's over by the Northfield Hotel.
There's a Hokomoko near Northfield. Yeah. And we're going there. You're going there to drink, or
I'm gonna eat some food too.
and eat some food.
I guess. I don't know what they're doing.
There you go. But Pete lives in Atlanta now, so at least he won't get thrown out for language.
Well, it is a Mexican bar.
What do you think of the Mexicans?
No, I think I've been in Juarez, and oh my God, I thought it was bad in the States, and then I listened there, and I'm going, I thought we were perverts. Holy shit!
People are now saying, yeah, Hocamoco is a Spanish. What does it stand for in Spanish? What does it mean in Spanish, Steve?
I don't know. Hokomoko, no idea.
How's it spelled?
Hoekomo.
That's the place you're looking for. Hoekomo. Okimoko.
Ho, and then like Komoko. Oh, yeah.
That's the place where the meet and greet is. That's the meet and greet Saturday night. Who's going to be there? Big D's going to be there. Christina's going to be there. Jen will be there.
I might.
Jason, Steve, you going?
Yeah.
TJ, you
Steve,
going?
Steve, how do you spell that again?
Hoemo. Yeah, Komo.
Yeah.
Hokomoko.
Okimoko.
Yeah.
And now to go with the actual history, Xochimilco is in southern Mexico City. It's a gritty working class neighborhood and gives way to the famous canals of Xochimilco, the last remains of the vast water transport system built by the Aztecs.
Oh, cool.
Bunch of pussies. If they were like Steve, they pronounce it properly. How does an actual Hispanic person pronounce it, Steve? What's the correct pronunciation?
Of Hokomoko?
Yes.
Oh, you want the
Hokomoko.
Xochimilco.
Yeah. That's 6 p.m. Saturday, by the way. So it sounds like some people are going to be there. Sounds like some people are going to be there. By the way, my anniversary's coming. What day is my anniversary?
It's coming up, ain't it?
If you don't remember,
I remember
your
the date,
ass.
but I remember the date. I just remember
Thursday.
what day it is. It's a Thursday?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's a busy day, too. You got to take that day off.
Shit, yeah.
Well, there goes that tier 3 show.
Move it to Friday.
It is a Thursday, isn't it?
Yep.
Or can't do 2 Wednesday because staying do 2 Friday.
I'll tell you. My wife's just ignoring the whole concept of our anniversary.
No.
Christina, what did you do to make Goose do that? She said Goose is coming.
Oh, she could too.
I can eat dicks. Oh, fuck me.
I don't know. I'm getting big time by my wife.
Why is that?
I don't know.
Have you thought about asking her?
No.
Are you
No.
afraid of the response?
I don't want to get in any kind of argument or anything.
I think she's just keeping it a secret because it is a big one. 30.
Yeah, we've been married for 30 years. Oh, shit. 30 years. Could you imagine that? And that's going to be on a Thursday night, so. And I'm going to get her something too. I'm actually getting a gift.
So what are you going to get her?
Ray, did you cut a hole in the side of a box again?
No, what do you mean?
So you can give her a Dix in the box?
No. No, I haven't. I don't know what I'm going to give her. I don't know. I was trying to find something good, but I don't know what the 30-year anniversary gift is.
Pearl.
Oh, I'm not giving a pearl. She hates pearls. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I should do some kind of jewelry, right?
Your anniversary.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll get my daughter involved. I'll get my daughter's got pretty good. My daughter's got pretty good. She's got a pretty good sense of what to get. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. All I know is I'll make the decision. I'll figure out what to get, and like I bought my own anniversary gift. I got the MLB The Show 22 game. Yeah. I went out and got it.
I got that too.
Well, I just ordered the download of it. It was really good. Do you have it, Jason?
Yes.
When are we playing? When are we playing?
When do you want to play?
Well, I'm ready to kick your ass. I'll play whenever. We got to start a league. Remember, we were going to start a league last year and we never did.
We were, but we never got enough people. You got to have at least 10 people.
Well, let's get them. Let's get on Facebook and get people. Everybody get MLB The Show 22, and then let's get a league going.
I mean, the game is cross-platform, so it doesn't matter if they're on PlayStation or Xbox.
Oh, Holly says Pawn King would give me a disc. Oh, I should go to Pawn King. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you never know what kind of stolen goods you can get and give your wife from a pawn shop.
I'll gladly give my wife a stolen good. I don't care. I should get a ring. You know what I mean? A new wedding or something that you could add to a wedding ring. You know what I mean? Oh, Christina says when she moves and has good internet, she'll buy it and play with us. Oh, good. So that'd be an easy win right there. I can beat Christina 30-0. That'd be great. I'd love to beat someone that bad. That would be great. There's the Pod King's right down the street from me. It's on Memorial, or it's on MacArthur, right?
Yeah, it's on MacArthur now. They just moved.
Yeah. Yeah. Hell yeah. I'll go check out what they got. Yeah. All right. So there's me, you, and Christina. Who else would be in the league, Jason?
I could probably get Eric in there. He'll probably get it.
There's 4. You say we need at least 10?
I believe so. That's what kept us from starting one last year. We never got 10 people.
All right, so let's get people on let's get people on Facebook. We'll put up a Facebook post today. Let's get our league going. Yeah. Which team are you going to be? I think I'm going to be the Cardinals.
Yeah, I really doubt you'll be the Cardinals.
And I'll be the Dodgers.
I expected you to take the Cubs, but
no, you know what? I want the
you
Dodgers.
wanted to be the Dodgers.
I want the Dodgers, yeah. The Dodgers are pretty good. It's become my new. I root for the Dodgers when the Cubs are out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I like that Seiyu Suzuki, the new Japanese guy on the Cubs.
He was showing some promise in preseason.
Yeah, he's having a nice preseason.
But
I've won money on the Cubs for some reason. I have a sickness. I bet some preseason baseball and I won.
I'm just afraid that once regular season starts and everything gets opened up, that the Cubs are going to fall apart on us. And it's like,
well, the Cubs season starts tomorrow.
Right.
Thank God. First game.
Irene, the game is called MLB The Show 22.
Yeah. MLB The Show 22. That's the game we play. Let's get on Facebook today after the show and we'll set up our league. We'll find out. And you got to have the game, and you have to have 10 people or whatever.
Yeah, a minimum of 10.
So we can go on Facebook and say, hey, join in. So my username is The Chubby Ray. And then what's your PlayStation name?
Kluganator 79.
The Kluganator. Yeah, the Kluganator. Hey, choke on these balls. The Kluganator or The Chubby Ray. That's my username. So we'll get our league going. There you go, Jason. And then you could set it up. And do we have to invite people, or how do we?
Well, when we know who's all interested, then we can send the invites to them through PlayStation or.
So do we need people to? Do they have to friend us on PlayStation, or how the hell do we?
I'll look into it today.
Okay. Oh, that would be awesome, dude. That would be so fun to have a league that people actually play. It would be awesome.
Fat 420 says if somebody wants to buy him an Xbox, he'll play.
Yeah.
I wouldn't buy him a quick and easy hot dog. Even if it's been sitting out for 12 hours.
Steve would eat it, though.
Mm-hmm. So if you have Facebook or PlayStation 4 or 5, Xbox X Series, right?
Yeah.
What are the other things?
Or the S Series.
Or the X Series. What other cross-platform stuff can play in it?
Well, the PS4 and regular Xbox One version should be cross-compatible too.
So as long as you have MLB The Show 22, you can play.
Yeah, you should be able to.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess now he's saying if you buy him an Xbox Series X, he'll become a subscriber.
Oh,
without
shit.
a
No, he won't. No, he won't. I don't believe his bullshit. Bullshit. I don't believe his. I will not fall for his lies. His lies. Somebody's last year said, was it Stice? Somebody last year said they'd get in a league with us.
I know Eric was going to.
Yeah, maybe it was Eric. I thought it was Stice. Well, let's just get some people and we'll get our league going. We'll get on Facebook today and talk it up.
Okay.
I'll put a post out, you know. You got to have MLB The Show 22. All right. kick some ass with it. Brent says, "Can you play it in the Switch?"
I think there is a version for the Switch. I just don't know if it's cross-play with the other ones yet.
Research it.
He says you could play MLB The Show cross-platform on the Switch. He's in.
Yeah. Well, I could kick your ass then on my PS5. I kick your ass on my 5. Right when I'm done kicking. Are you any good at it, Jason?
I usually play the Road to the Show mode more than the regular games. So,
yeah, it does get. I've been playing Diamond Dynasty and losing. I'm like 3-9. I just get beat all the time. Playing a bunch of punks. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
Like I don't do the thing where you can have headphones or talk or whatever.
Because that would require communicating with other
Well,
people.
no, because I don't want to. Because I don't want to talk to people. I don't want someone beat my ass talking shit. Talking shit to me. I have no interest in that. I want Steve to get a video system just so we can beat his ass.
That would be. That'd be cool. That would be cool.
I'm gonna give Steve a that old noisy PS that PS4 I had that makes all that noise.
I couldn't hear it.
Obviously.
He's deaf anyway. Oh well. Yeah, I don't want to get on there and talk. Fight with somebody, But oh well. So we'll set it up today. Well, we should probably wrap it up. I mean, we've been going almost an hour,
it's almost
40
10
minutes. Jesus Christ. Shit, I won't work out till 3:00 probably. God damn it. Fucking Steve got me talking too much. About nothing. About your love of spoiled food.
No, about your love of MLB The Show 22.
Your love of spoiled food.
I don't love them. I just don't want to waste them.
Boy, Steve loves to eat. Steve loves having dysentery.
I did have that bacterial infection in my foot, so.
Yeah, there's never been anyone alive who loves having the runs more than Steve.
I wish.
Well, you guys, by the way, you heard it from TJ. Recon Tex does a great job with your car. He got his done there yesterday. It's amazing. Let Recon do your car. They've done mine. They've done my wife's. They've done my daughter's. So many of us have had cars go through Recon. They do a complete detailing, a coating. And they even took care of they put a backup camera and a new stereo system that got MP3 or that got Bluetooth for my daughter's phone, and it's amazing. This is the kind of stuff they do. They do it at Recontext. That's in the corner of 8th and Black. It's Recontext. Call them 217-670-1132 and get yourself a good night's sleep. You deserve it. Get a good night's sleep at Just Beds, 3120 Montvale Drive. Just Beds. They can get you a mattress that's comfortable to where when you lay in your bed, you get a good 8 hours of sleep and you feel fantastic the next morning. How about that? How's that sound?
Sounds good.
This isn't some cheap mail order mattress. This is a great bed that you can get from Just Beds. They deliver it. They remove your old one. They take care of you. It's just beds. 3120 Montvale Drive. They are the Yawn Exterminators, just beds. The sponsors of our show, and I want to thank them so much for bringing it to you. All right, that's going to wrap it up for us, you guys. You have a great rest of your Wednesday. Stainless tonight at 6. That's Stainless tonight at 6. 2 shows tomorrow. We got a show in the morning, the free show in the morning, and then we got a subscriber show in the afternoon with a new song for Steve and so much more. You guys have a great rest of your Wednesday. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye, everybody.